never stop reading.
Exactly, yeah. So before we go into what exactly our lesson is today, I want you guys to turn to your shoulder partners, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to look at these objects and decide what they have in common and maybe what their uses are. Okay, ready, set, go.
Train.
Oh my gosh.
This is hard. There we go.
Question?
But if you put it this way, then it's Spanish.
No, this is Spanish.
They're super fun.
Okay, so what are some things that you and your shoulder partner talked about, Lauren?
She said that they were the things that stopped the sentences.
Perfect. Okay, what about you, Rylan?
If you put them upside down, it's Spanish.
You are a gifted first grader. All right, so you guys are right on track. So today we're going to talk about punctuation and what the different kinds are. There's lots, but today we're going to focus on 3. We're going to focus on an exclamation point, a period, and a question mark. And those are really just used at the end of our sentences to tell us when to stop reading and to move on to the next one, so all the words don't jumble together. All right? So, based on what we have learned previously, what do you know about the first letter of a sentence?
It's a capital.
It's a capital, right? Okay. So that's at the beginning of your sentence, and like I said, your punctuation mark is going to be at your end. Today, we are going to meet some of my friends. They're really fun friends. They're called the Punks. And they are going to help us identify different punctuation marks, okay? So, here first we have Peter, period, okay? What are some physical features that you notice about Peter?
He looks mad.
Yes.
He's got a helmet on.
Well, he's a police officer, that's why.
He's saying stop.
Exactly. Good job. He's telling stop, right? Because the period tells you to stop at the end of the sentence. Someone pointed out, too, that he has a really big nose, right? Does it look like a period?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, I'm going to read you guys a poem from another book. It's called Punctuation Celebration. And the first poem is called Period. The period is just a dot found sitting in its favorite spot. When a sentence ends, it comes and plops, and when it plops, the sentence stops. It can also abbreviate and address first name, size, or weight, like LB for pound, FT for feet, and DOZ for dozen, and ST for street. Okay? So, do you guys have any questions about a period?
I think it's funny that it flops.
That it plops? So, what kind of sentences would we use periods for? You guys know?
Normal sentences.
Normal sentences, statements.
Everyday talking.
Exactly. Now, also while I'm reading these, I want you guys to pay attention to the type, to what my voice does, okay? Next is Quincy. What can we notice about Quincy?
He has a good nose.
It's a question mark.
It's so fun.
He looks confused. He has his hands up like this, right?
Is he asking a question?
Yes, exactly, a question mark. So, Quincy, he's very curious. He always likes to ask who, what, when, where, and why. So, what kind of punctuation marks do you think is going to be at the end of our sentence? A question, good job. Okay, so here's our poem for the question mark. What is a question mark? When do you need it? Where do you put it? How do you read it? A question mark is apropos when there is things you want to know. You want it after words that ask. The answer is another's task. So what kind of sentences are questions going to be? What kind of information are you looking for?
Where something is and what something is.
Who someone is.
Exactly. Okay, our last hunk is Emma, exclamation point. She is quite my favorite because she loves to tell people her emotions. She likes to talk about her dog, and she's also very tall and very thin. So she's very long. Okay? So do you think our exclamation marks are going to be long at the end of our sentences?
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so what are some physical details of Emma?
She's a long face.
She's saying, hey, wait, listen up. I thought her nose is exclamation point.
Yeah, she has a very long nose, doesn't she? It's not round like Peter or Quincy's, right? It's very long. Okay, so the exclamation point has Hip hip hooray, strike 3, you're out. It fires you up, there is no doubt. The symbol means you have to shout. Okay? So, that is the punks. Do you guys have any questions so far about different punctuation marks or anything?
These are fun.
No? Okay. So, with your shoulder partner, I want you guys to work through your guided notes here. You just have to practice drawing them a couple times and then just reading over the sentences and seeing which punctuation mark you're going to use. I'll give you guys about 30 seconds. You don't have to do all of them now.
So you practice more period. I'm excited about chicken nuggets for dinner. You're gifted, remember?
Oh, I messed up. This is supposed to be period.
Okay, so while you guys are filling those out, I want you to really think about the difference between a question mark and an exclamation point. Does anyone know?
Question mark has loop.
Has a loop? Okay. Kayla, what have you noticed are the differences?
They're used for different types of sentences.
Okay, so for question marks, you're going to be asking about something, right? And then an exclamation mark, what are you going to be doing?
You're going to be
Shouting.
shouting about something that you're excited about.
Excited. Another thing is if you're frustrated or angry or you're really demanding something too. You really want to put some feeling into your sentences, right? Okay, so have we all finished our notes real quick? Okay, so I want you all to get up out of your seats.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to learn the punctuation dance.
Pumped.
Okay, so first you have to learn the movements of the dance, right? So for a period, we're going to stomp our foot. Okay, for a question mark, you're going to do this. Then you're going to wiggle. Right, because you make the loop, right? So you're going to wiggle. Then an exclamation mark, you're going to put your hands up, and you're going to jump. Okay, so let's go over it one more time. What do you do for a period? An exclamation mark. Good.
Kylie, come on.
And a question mark. And then you wiggle, right? Okay, I'm going to read you guys a couple sentences, and you're going to do the movement that you think goes at the end of the sentence, okay?
So,
All right, can I play with you? You can play with me.
I was excited.
You were excited to play? That's okay.
She stopped it.
It can be either. It really depends on how you say it. That's where your tone of voice comes in handy. Because if you say it like, you can play with me, that's a stomp. But if you say, yeah, you can play with me, exclamation mark.
I was just someone who's excited to play with.
I was just trying to trick you guys, I'm sorry. Let's go to the game. Yeah, period. See, exclamation marks are really hard and periods distinguishing between those, aren't they? So, you are so much fun. Good job. Okay, you guys can sit back now. Okay, so just to finish up our lesson today, I'm going to have you guys do two things. The first one is I want you to look to your shoulder, and I want each of you to pick a punctuation mark, okay? And I want you to answer this question. How would you describe to a friend what your punctuation mark is and what type of sentence you would use then? Okay, I'll give you about 30 seconds to do that.
Go, Kylie.
Okay, my punctuation mark has this for sentences where you're excited and you have a lot of emotion and
Screaming.
stating
So, okay.
So mine's a dot.
Mine
Period. I think it's undervalued because everyone uses them. But
Dot.
it's boring.
Recess.
But I still like it
When you're
because it's important.
pondering
But it
something,
stops
or
the
when you're
sentence. It's for the regular little
confused.
sentences that don't get love and cool punctuation.
Very good. Are you saying periods aren't cool punctuation, Rylan?
I'm saying they're not as cool as the other ones, but I still like them.
But you use them like 80% more.
That's why I like them. Because most people see no one else uses period.
Okay, so does anyone want to share what their and their partner talked about? At all? Lauren, what did you guys talk about?
What, for my question?
Yeah.
My punctuation? I said it's like a hook with a dot, and you use it when you're pondering something or when you're confused.
Okay.
Very at the end of the sentence.
Okay, and what about the exclamation mark? Who wants to share about the exclamation mark?
It's straight and it's long and tall, like the girl in the story. And you use it when you're excited, you have a lot of emotion, and you want to express something in a sentence.
Perfect. Okay, so this is your guys' exit slip for today, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you each a punctuation mark. And you're going to read your sentence, and then you're going to decide which punctuation mark needs to go at the end, okay?
Did you prepare me for Sunday? What?
Well, let's.
Or should I use a period? Or it's just like,
So you can do it.
you can run it. I don't like running, so
Oh.
I'll cheer someone